Shalom. First and foremost, giving all acknowledgement to Yahweh by Shem Yahushai. And I also acknowledge the apostles, the elders of Great Millstone, those who I'm learned this truth from. All right. And sincere salutations to all the brethren out there presenting their bodies a living sacrifice to make sure this word gets preached throughout the four corners of the earth. All right. Just wanted to do this video. Just some meditation. The times that we're living in. All right. Before I go to where I want to go to, I want to go to Revelations 1 and verse 3. It says, "Blessed is he that readeth, and they that hear the words of this prophecy, and keep those things which are written therein, for the time is at hand." What time are we in? We're in the end of Esau's kingdom. Okay. We're in a time where there's a transition of powership. Okay. What you see going on around the world, and mainly more so here in America. You see pretty much Esau coming out of power. He's being strategically brought down by the spirit of Yahweh Bashim Shai. And on the flip side, you see what you're witnessing is the nation of Israel. Okay. The nation of Israel rising to power. Right. Very soon, the Heavenly Father, He's going to send His only begotten Son to completely take over this place. All right. And from there, you're going to have righteous leadership. All right. Let me go to real quick Daniel's 7th chapter. Where do I start? Give me a second. I'll start at verse 13. Daniel 7 and 13. It says, "I saw in the night visions, and behold, one like the Son of Man came with the clouds of heaven, and came to the Ancient of Days, and they brought him near before him. And there was given him dominion and glory and a kingdom, that all people, nations, and languages should serve him. His dominion is an everlasting dominion which shall not pass away, and his kingdom that which shall not be destroyed." So this is a prophecy that is unfortunately for Esau and those that follow Esau and all his ways. Unfortunately for them, this is a prophecy that's about to take place. All right. The Heavenly Father, again, He's getting ready to send us His only begotten Son, and establish the kingdom, beginning with our big brother Yahweh Shai, and then you're going to have the governing body, which is the elect of the nation of Israel. All right. This is what's getting ready to take place. A kingdom that is never going to be destroyed, never going to be brought down. All right. But yeah, and again, this means the end for Esau and all other all other Gentile nations. Once once this prophecy takes place, you're not going to have any other nation to rule. No other nation is going to rise up to power again. All right. This is the last captivity for for us. so-called blacks, Hispanics, Native American Indians. This is our last captivity. This is it. And you got those so-called Chinese, the Moabites. They're thinking they're next to rule. All right, but little do they know. I'm gonna jump on down to verse 8. It says, "But the saints of the Most High shall take the kingdom and possess the kingdom forever, even forever and ever." All right. So again, this is something that's about to take place. That's why you see, for those of you that are wondering, you see what's going on, why there's so much turmoil and hell going on. Well, first and foremost, all hell hasn't really broken loose yet. But again, what you're about to see, or what you're witnessing right now, currently in the state of the world, this is what you're witnessing: a shift of power. Okay, everyone's turning their back on Esau. All right, Esau, even Esau is turning his back on Esau. The scriptures tell you a kingdom that is divided against itself, it's not going to stand. But again, whole point being, you're seeing this kingdom fall. All right, we're almost out of here. But the point of this video, just reflecting and just thinking back. Because again, as I read in Revelations 1:7, you're supposed to be mindful of these things, diligent of the times that we're in, just looking back on prophecy and, seeing the things that were, the things that were set up for time, it's like everything's happening to a T, as the Lord said it would happen. It's almost like it's, going right in order. Going to the book of Matthews. This is how we're almost out of here. Matthew's 24th chapter. When the apostles asked Yahushua, when would be, when would be the end? Because it was always prophesied that, the Messiah would come and, deliver us, and bring us back in our kingdom. That was always prophesied. And the apostles, the believers back then during the time Yahushua walked the earth, the apostles, they thought that was the time, but that wasn't the time. All right. So the apostles asked Yahushua, when would be the time, when would they be freed from that Roman oppression? When would the Lord, establish the kingdom on earth? This is what the apostles were asking Yahushua. And this is what he told them. In Matthew 24, starting at verse 3, it says, "And as he sat upon the Mount of Olives, the disciples came unto him privately, saying, Tell us, when shall these things be? And what shall be the sign of thy coming and of the end of the world?" All right, so what will be the signs of the end of the world? All right. Reading on, it says, "And Yahushua answered and said unto them, Take heed that no man deceive you. For many shall come in my name, saying, I am a Mashiach, and shall deceive many." Right? It says, "And ye shall hear of wars and rumors of wars." So, through the Spirit, Apostle Tahar, he coined this year the year of prophecy. And, it's been nothing but ever since this year started, this year 2020, ever since it started, it's been nothing but prophecy popping off. All right. Again, it says, "And you shall hear of wars and rumors of wars." Now, what took place in the beginning of this year, the year of prophecy? You had this Iranian general Soleimani be assassinated, right? And ever since that happened, you had everyone was talking about World War III. You had you ever since this general was assassinated. Everyone. There's been number of rumors of war, of World War III. Everyone's talking. Did Trump just start World War III? That was a talk for a hot minute, right? It says, "See that ye be not troubled, for all these things must come to pass, but the end is not yet." Because it is prophesied that World War III is in the Bible. All right. Before we get out of here, I just did this in the previous lesson. The two major prophecies that we're looking for, we're watching out for closely, are the mark of the beast, which is the RFID chip, which is, about to be implemented, and World War III. And clearly you got World War III brewing up in the background. Just pay attention to China and India and Iran and Russia and America. Just pay attention to these countries and over there in the Middle East. Just pay attention. They're not really showcasing it over here, and it's not really big in mainstream news. But World War III is definitely brewing up. All right, but that's not the topic of this lesson. But yeah, it says, for all these things must come to pass, but the end is not yet. So that wasn't when this guy General Soleimani got assassinated, that that wasn't the time yet. That might have been the what do you call it, the spark, maybe, so to say, because Iran vowed to retaliate, right? But when we see these things, we hear about these things and these rumors. That's not the end yet. All right, there's things that need to take place first. Certain prophecies that need to take place first. All right. And I'm reading on. It says, "For nation shall rise against nation, and kingdom against kingdom, and there." Or it says, "For nation shall rise against nation, and kingdom against kingdom." And again, what do you see taking place now? All right. You've seen all these different riots and protests, right? You see, these different nations rising up, right? And dealing with this whole George Floyd, this whole death of George Floyd. Ever since then, you got these different people rising up against the nation, right, and against the government. These seditions amongst men, right? Again, you got these different, right now. Well, not now, but for a little quick second, China was the new nigger, so to say, right? Everyone was looking at China, as a byword. They were a byword for a quick second, and what do you and again, it's like, you just pay attention to what's going on right now. People are divided. Everyone's divided. All right. Difference of opinion. Some people are with wearing masks, and then you got a lot of people that aren't with it. You got people that are with defunding the police, and then you got people, they're not with it. It's just nothing but division going on right now. All right, and again, all these riots and protests. All right, you see Jacob and Esau rising up. Yahweh Shem Yoshai, that you're stirring up that spirit. All right, you got race wars about to pop off, for sure. You can't deny these facts, man. And like I said, it's like, the Lord, wrote these words, and it's like everything's happening to a T. It says, "And there shall be famines and pestilences and earthquakes in diverse places." And it's been nothing but, these earthquakes. You have Puerto Rico earlier in the year. I believe they had like 1,000 earthquakes in just 1 week. And then, that's just Puerto Rico, not including all the other places. You know, there's this one place, I think it's Yemen, I believe so, if I'm not mistaken, as well as other countries. Other little smaller countries. There have been reports of mass famine, right? And there's going to be more famine. You got these swarms of locusts destroying these crops, all right, and these pestilences, this whole coronavirus. They're talking about Ebola's coming back. All these new diseases now, right? And there's a new strand of COVID now, right? You know, like I said, it's like these things are taking place. They're going like a T, man. It's like it's happening right on schedule. As has been prophesied over 2,000 years ago. These things are happening. You know, um, it says all these are the beginning of sorrow. So this is just just the beginning of things to come. All right, we all know about Jacob's trouble. All right, Jeremiah 30:7. All right, you know I'm gonna read verse 9. It says, "Then shall they deliver you up to be afflicted, and they shall kill you, and ye shall be hated of all nations for my name's sake." So again, you see all these things taking place, and it's only going to escalate from here. But now it's like, now, like I said, just meditating on these things, and I'm it's like I'm asking myself now, is this what's next? Are we now going to start seeing the persecution of the saints now? You know, they already got the HR 6666 bill. They can come in your home and break up families, snatch you up out of your homes. Trump has got the military on standby for forced vaccinations. All right. Pretty soon, they're going to bring the UN in, because there's going to be so much chaos and drama with this whole defunding the police, and you got these, different autonomous zones popping up. Because believe man, if it happens in one place, it's going to happen. It's going to happen in other states, man. So we know they've been building up their case ever since that the supposed Jake got shot up those Amalekites. I believe it was in November or December of last year. Supposed Jake shot up those or stabbed up or whatever it was. Those Amalekites, right? Ever since then, they've been building their case up, right? You had this one guy in the nursing home, beating down the old white Edomite man, right? They're talking, supposedly he was screaming something along the lines of, blacks are supposed to rule the earth. You got this guy, this warlord, Chaz. Supposedly he's the one that took over the autonomous zone over there in Seattle. Supposedly, now he's handing out guns to random people. That's on video. He's handing out random weapons to people. Asking them if they're over 18 years old. All these things are going to link to the Hebrew Israelites. So it's like, is this is this next? Is dealing with the whole persecution of the saints? Is this what's coming next? Is this what we got to look forward to? It's just something to ask. Because again, this is just something been meditating on throughout the day. I'll go to Mark. What is that? 13, I think. Yeah. Mark 13, I start at verse 7. It says, "And when ye shall hear of wars and rumors of wars, be ye not troubled, for such things must needs be, but the end shall not be yet." So again, this whole this whole thing with General Soleimani, that set the stage for that. All right. You know, it says, for nation shall rise against nation and kingdom against kingdom, and there shall be earthquakes in diverse places, and there shall be famines and troubles. These are the beginnings of sorrows. So again, you just pay attention to what's going on with these, different countries, right? Um, America's talking shit about China, right? Blaming, what's his guy, Trump. He's calling this whole coronavirus, he's calling it the Chinese virus. Now Chinese, you got China and America going back and forth, right? You see Russia slowly stepping in. You got these proxy wars going on, all right? You got these different trade wars going on, right? You just pay attention to what's going on. Like I said, it's like everything is happening to a T, all right? And you got these truckers, man. They're pretty much going on strike. They're saying they're not coming to certain cities, that are that have these strict laws. They're saying they're not going to some of these states and some of these places. A lot of these truck drivers are going on strike, which is going to cause mass famine, right? Because these store chains, they only have a certain amount of supplies, for a certain amount of days. So once these food trucks stop coming in, and these supply trucks, there's all it's all going to lead to a famine. And again, mentioning these different these locust swarms, all right, tearing up a lot of crops, right? You got people what do you call it? I forgot what you call it, but pretty much people are dumping their eggs. They're dumping milk and potatoes and all type of food. People, these farmers, they're just dumping their food supply. Again, this is going to lead to famine, a mass famine. And then of course, a lot of people, because it's not happening directly, it's not affecting them directly. It's not affecting them right then and now. They're not worried about it. But I always tell people, I always put it like this. Whenever you see the gas going up, you see it fluctuating. One day it's cheap, and then the next day it's going up. I tell people, you look at that, you pay attention to what's going on in the Middle Eastern countries. Do you pay attention, because a lot of that stuff that is going on in these other countries and whatnot, is going to affect here. But again, of course, because people don't, because it's not affecting them directly and right then and there, people aren't going to pay attention to it. All right, but again, famine is definitely going to happen. All right. Again, this whole coronavirus and this new strand of COVID-19, and supposedly it's what do you call it? It's evolved. All right, it's mutated. All right, and that's just what we know of. There's no telling what Yahweh Shem Shai has in store. There's no limit to what the Heavenly Father can do. So that's not including all the other diseases and things that the Heavenly Father has in store. All right, just speaking on what what's out there and what we know of. Like I said, Ebola's coming back, Zika virus, right? A lot of people are about to get chipped, right? This information that's come out about what's in those vaccines, man. There's information that they have aborted fecal matter and blood cells and monkey tissue and DNA, all type of stuff that shouldn't be, that you shouldn't be putting in your body. So again, that can cause some type of sicknesses. You're gonna start seeing people get sick from that, dropping dead from that. Just the vaccines alone, not including the RFID chip, because when you put these foreign things in your body, the body it rejects it. real quick, when you go to Revelations 14, I believe, if I'm not mistaken, and I think it's 16. Let's try 16. It talks about that grievous sore. Yeah, Revelation 16 and verse 2, it says, "And the first went and poured out his vial upon the earth, and there fell a noisome and grievous sore upon the men and women and children, of course, a grievous sore upon the men which had the mark of the beast, and upon them which worshipped his image." So, because you're gonna have a lot of people, when they take that chip, they're gonna do it in secret, right? They're gonna think they're do it on the slide and think they're getting away with it. But you take that chip, it's gonna be obvious, and you're gonna see people, with all type of. Let me see what this says in here for grievous sore. Let me see what that says. Upon the earth, and there fell a noisome and grievous. Let's see what this says. Sore. A wound producing a discharge, pus, a sore, and clear. All right, so, first thing that comes to mind is, Job. When Job had all those boils, on his body, something like that is what comes to mind, But the point being, it's going to be some type of wound. It's going to be obvious. Everybody's body is different, so your body is gonna take it differently. So you take that chip, which is gonna be put inside the body. That's something foreign to the body. Your body's gonna reject it. It's gonna make the body sick. You might have people with foaming at the mouth, throwing up, whatever the case may be. Wounded in the stones, or whatever the case may be. It's going to be known, all right? But again, with taking that chip, it can cause cancer of some sort, basically, a sickness, some type of disease, some type of pestilence, some type of some type of plague, all right? That could be another, going back to Mark the 13th chapter. That could be another, another, pestilence, right? It says, but take heed, verse 9, but take heed to yourselves, for they shall deliver you up to councils, and in the synagogues ye shall be beaten, and ye shall be brought before rulers and kings for my sake, for testimony against them. So yeah, like I said, just meditating on these prophecies, because it's clear we're almost out of here. These things are clearly, these prophecies are clearly jumping off the book, which I'm gonna probably get. But again, you see these things happening. It's like you see these things happening, and it's like, is the persecution is our persecution next? Are they going to start coming against us now? Because they already got us on the what is that website called, the Southern Poverty Law Center, or something like that. They got the Hebrew Israelites listed as like a hate group or something along those lines. So but the point being, is this what's coming next? Is this what we can start looking forward to? Them coming against the saints? And, is this the beginning of the persecution? Right? You got all these Jakes. It's bad enough, they already labeling us as the new face. They already labeled us as the new face of this whole coronavirus. They say that blacks and Hispanics and Native American Indians, different articles, They say how we're more susceptible to getting catching these things, catching the whole coronavirus. And then you got, Jake out there acting a fool, out there rioting, destroying their own communities. Acting like just imbeciles. Giving giving Esau all the excuse in the world to come against us. So it's like, again, can we start looking forward to, the persecution now? Is this what's next? Because like I said, it's like everything's happening in order to a T. You got the rumors of wars. You got kingdom, rising up against kingdom, nation against nation. All right. Is this what's next now? The persecution of the saints. Let me go to Luke 21. Luke 21, and I start at verse 9. It says, "But when ye shall hear of wars and commotions, be not terrified, for these things must first come to pass, but the end is not by and by." So again, these rumors of wars, but it's not yet, right? Verse 10, it says, "Then said he unto them, nation shall rise against nation, and kingdom against kingdom." Right, so clearly that's going on, that's taking place, but not yet, right? And it says, "And great earthquakes shall be in diverse places, and famines and pestilences, and fearful sights, and great signs shall there be from heaven." There's been all type of, eclipses going on. You got this Ring of Fire eclipse that's about to take place sometime either, what is it, tonight or tomorrow, or today or tomorrow? What's today, Saturday? Sometime this weekend, you got this eclipse, taking place. You got the chariots out there. These chariots have been revealing themselves more and more. These are all a part of the signs of heaven. All right. So all these things have been taking place. Because we're almost out of here. All the signs in the heaven. The moon and the sun. All these signs, the chariots, right? In verse 12 it says, "But before all these, they shall lay their hands on you and persecute you, delivering you up to the synagogues and into prisons, being brought before kings and rulers for my name's sake." So again, all these things are going to take place. So it's like, you can, start expecting, persecution of the saints. Seems like things are, just happening in order to a T. So now we can, start expecting persecution. Right now we can start expecting Esau to come against, the elect men of the Lord. Because when that time comes and that flood comes, and Yahweh Shem Shai lifts up that standard, right? Certain brothers get that spiritual power, right? And certain brothers resist, and in that hour of temptation, right? It's going to be made known who the men of the Lord are, during that time. And this is the time that we're very quickly approaching. All right. And, it's clear that things are speeding up now. Esau, he's making his moves. They're signing all type of legislations, right? So, they're getting ready to, fully implement martial law, and they're getting ready to, shut this internet down, right? Brothers' pages are getting flagged and taken out. So it's like, is it that time? Can we start expecting the persecution of the saints? Them to start coming up against us. Lord's will we be at that, that number, of course. Is this the time? Because like I said, I'm just meditating on these things because, of course, that's what scriptures tell us to do. Go to 2nd Esdras 9 and starting at verse 1. It says, "He answered me then and said, Measure thou the time diligently in itself. And when thou seest part of the signs past which I have told thee before, then shalt thou understand that it is the very same time wherein the highest will begin to visit the world which he made. Let me read on down. It says, Therefore, when there shall be seen earthquakes and uproars of the people in the world. Clearly, this is what's going on. All these things are taking place. You clearly see these different riots taking place. People rising up against the government. This is what's going on. It says, Then shalt thou well understand that the Most High spake of those things from the days that were before thee, even from the beginning. All right, so again, hey, just looking back on the signs that the Lord left here for us to let us know that we're almost out of here. These are the things that we should be focusing on, meditating on these things, man. Because like I said, these prophecies are jumping off the book, and I'm gonna go ahead and get that. In Habakkuk, the 2nd chapter, starting at verse 1, it says, I will stand upon my watch and set me upon the tower, and will watch to see what he will say unto me, and what I shall answer when I am reproved. So again, or rather, people ask you, what, pretty much, what's going on, why are these things happening, when people come to you with these questions, and these are the things that you tell them, well, pretty much, ultimately, we're almost out of here. That shift of power, that transition, in Esau's kingdom's going down, and the kingdom of Yahweh Shai is about to be established on the earth. These are the things that we tell people. Hey man, we're almost out of here. Witnessing a shift of power, man. Verse 2 it says, and Yahweh answered me and said, Write the vision and make it plain upon tables, that he may run that readeth it. All right. It says, For the vision is yet for an appointed time, but at the end it shall speak, and we're in the end. All right. We're in the last days, man. Again, just look at the signs, man. The uproars, these earthquakes, these diseases that are coming out, these plagues. All right. We're definitely in the end, man. There's no doubt about it, man. It says, But at the end it shall speak and not lie. Though it tarry, wait for it, because it will surely come. It will not tarry. So, again, just got to wait a little longer, man. Brothers thinking, and sisters, just thinking about, just giving up, man. And brothers and sisters, just don't want to do this anymore. You just got to hold on just a little longer, man. We're almost out of here. We're almost there. Almost there. Can taste it, man. You can taste it. It would be such a shame to give up at the last second. We're in the last seconds. We're almost out of here. We're almost out of here. It's almost over. Our rest is coming. We just got to hold on a little longer, man. Take this chastening like a, like a man. Deal with it like a man. Gird up our loins. Ask the Heavenly Father, man, whatever you need, man. Strength, faith, courage, integrity, whatever it is that you need, man. Just, ask the Heavenly Father. Ask Yahweh Shem Shai. He said, whatever is asked for in His name, He shall, surely give it. Happily. He's more than happy to give that which you ask for in righteousness, man. He has no problem. Yahweh Shem Shai has no problem giving any of His children what they ask for in righteousness, especially when it's righteousness. So, this is something that I was just been meditating on throughout my day. Just dealing with this, just dealing with prophecy, man, and how it's almost like it's things are happening to a T. And it seems like what's next on the list is, persecution of the saints. So, hey man, just things to be on the lookout for, man. Because, for sure, Esau, he's gonna come against the saints, man. He's gonna come, have every excuse to come against the saints. They're gonna have it written in paper. They're gonna have it in law. All right. So, hey man, this is what's to come. So expect it. All right. But that's all. I don't want to ramble much. So I'll end it off there, giving all acknowledgement to Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai, and double honors to my teachers, beginning with apostles and elders of Great Millstone and on down. Until next time, I say shalom.